Hey, welcome back. This is Sound Signals. I'm your host, Summer. We'll be help people take back their interests and help them become their own bank. The key to all of this is to pass the knowledge along. Okay, so first up, as always, we have gold. Gold. I want to point out that I made a huge mistake, right? I made a huge mistake that I finally realized, and I apologize for that. That this bull flag actually played out. So I overshot this target. I don't know how I did that. Perhaps I was half asleep. I'm not sure, but this was our bull flag here, okay? So we have our bull flag here, and this is bottom. So how do we measure that? We measure the pole to the bottom, okay? And look at that. So yes, technically, I should have, my target should have been met, right? And you guys know I don't even go that deep. I normally, I am more conservative, so I do go. I stop just short of it, right? Because that helps me choose if I want to go from the top, from the bottom, or the top of this flag here. So as you can see there, and then if I go from the bottom, obviously it would have been met fairly quickly. But that's why I'm very conservative. So I'm not sure how I overshot this. Nonetheless, so technically this trade here hit my stop loss and profit because I moved this stop loss. For this trade, obviously you can still see it's in the green, but I moved my stop loss up to, I moved them all to, I believe, 1815. Yeah, so I believe I moved them all to 1815 there. And so that was, for some of them, that was, obviously this one was in profit for the lower ones. For the ones that I entered around here, this level here, I was either break even or in profit. But nonetheless, all of those trades should have been in profit if my target was correct. I'm not sure why I overshot it. Don't know what happened. Like I said, I must have been half asleep. But anyways, so now that this is complete, and also I did mention that this was a level of resistance, right? Because price came up here, fell. Price came and bounced again up here, hit its head and fell. And I said possibly with this, it might do it again, okay? Or it might break up. Well, I thought because my original target was here, so I thought it was going to break up. But now that I see that my target was this pole here to this pole here, then obviously yes, I would have said that was it. So now what's next? What's going on with gold, right? Is it going to keep crashing? Is it going to find a level of support? So right now what it's doing, since it finally completed its pattern, okay, so it completed its pattern, what I possibly see happening, possibly, is a head and shoulder. So see the left shoulder here found a level of support. The head here found a level of support here once again. So possibly we might want to find a level of support right in here. It might be here, it might be a little closer. The shoulders don't have to be equivalently equal. Okay, so they don't have to be equal. As long as it's in this area, right? It's still a right shoulder. So that we just want to find some type of support, whether it be all the way down here. It may even be lower, as long as it's not passing this. Like I said, the shoulders don't have to be equal, and it's not passing this high. This head here. So this is the last low. You want this to be a higher low. Okay. So that's possibly a scenario for gold. And also that plays out because you see this small trend line in the middle here for our parallel channel. It's being held. It's being held here, okay? And possibly it might be held here. So that's what I'm saying. Possibly it might be a head and shoulders, and that's a reversal pattern. And that also, that would coincide with our W pattern here, our larger W pattern. That possibly might be playing out. So that's what I'll be looking for, somewhere around here. So I'm gonna set an alert there, and just so you guys see what I do. I just put possible buy zone, and then wait for confirmation. Okay. And once again, we'll just be waiting for gold to climb its way out of here. Okay. Climb its way out. That's all we're waiting for. Because I'll give you the target if this is a possible head and shoulders. If it is possibly. We don't know yet until a level of support is found. So if this is, then you can see that next price target is that next local high, okay? If this is not a so if this fails, if this breaks here, and if it definitely breaks here, then we're going to potentially see price come all the way down here and touch the bottom of this flag pattern, or channel, I should say. Okay, so, and then finally, come up here and then reach here. But we don't know until that happens, or since price made a new lower low. See, this is the last low, so this will be a possible lower low. Then price can come up here, get rejected, and then fall down. Okay, and this cup and handle pattern will be irrelevant. Okay, so just showing you that there might be some couple scenarios that might play out. First, we want to find the level of support. Level of support is being held pretty well. Then, we might be in a head and shoulders pattern. If this doesn't play out, and this is, as you can see that this is has been falling for over a year. Okay, so we just have to be prepared for that. But like I said, if we were to just look at this smaller inner channel and not this larger channel, then we can possibly say that, hey, this level has actually been supported, has been back tested, has been tested a couple times, 1, 2, 3, maybe a possible fourth time. Okay, so just be aware of that. For now, like I said, I have my alert there, so if price reaches down here, then I'll definitely be looking in that area. Okay, and if we were to pull our fibs out just for this swing here, this little tiny swing, then you can see that, yes, that is our possible buying zone. Okay, so there it is. I'm gonna take this away though, just because, like I said, price needs to find a level of support first. Until it finds level of support, then we're good to go. I apologize for being for overshooting that target there. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how that happened, and you guys know I'm conservative, so I'm like, especially when it comes to my targets, so just strange. Anyways, that's gold. Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin, as you can see, is doing very well. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because look, remember we did say the friend is our trend. The friend is our trend. Friend is our trend. It hit our target. If this was my signals group, I would have told them this is a very high risk trade, but it would have been a very successful trade. I told you, because it adhered to all of our rules and our setups. Okay, we said we like to buy in this area. Like, if it was in that area for quite a bit of time, it made that W bottom. It from if we were to measure this W bottom, this W pattern here, our target was here, right? So it did everything that we thought it was going to do. So that's good. But I also did want to mention that, hey, because this trend line, obviously you can see how important it was in the future, right? So for this, in order for this trend to continue, we need a price to break above here and and get back in this channel. Okay, it didn't. As you can see, it kept hitting its head, not once, twice, 3 times. Okay, on the outside below this trend line. So I just want you to notice that this trend line played an important part. Okay, even though we followed our instincts with our trend, our rules to our trend. That's what we have to do. We have to stick to our rules, because if we start changing it, then our results will be all in shambles because we don't know what we did and didn't do, right? If you keep doing things the same way, then oh, okay, this is what happened. You're prepared for that. But anyways, so I did want to mention that I said that once price reaches here, that hey, the next thing I'm looking for is price to be down in our green zone, right? In our green box. Okay. And I'm going to show you that it did just that. Obviously I have to move this box. I haven't moved it because I want to show you that I'm not changing my charts. So I purposely did this. Okay. So now we could take away this, and we take away this breaker structure. And we also take away this because it already played out, right? This trend is over. This trend is over. It's over, which is good because now now we can go back to our real trend here. Okay. So what we do is we bring this up. We bring our box up. Okay. Right there. And guess what? Price fell right into it. And I said I wanted to see price around this area. Okay. Did I say 44? I don't think I wanted to see price in 44. I think I wanted to see 43. I know I for sure said 42. Yeah, check the videos. I know I for sure said 42. And it fell 42.7, so almost to 43. But nonetheless, I don't care if it was, 45 or whatever the price may be. We knew we want the price to reach in this area, and it did. That's all we need, okay? So now we can take away these trend lines because you can see what price did now, okay? So that's all we want to do. Price came up. Now we're looking for this golden pocket, this our green buying zone. Wherever price is going to find support. So now the next thing we're going to be waiting for is price finding support. Okay, if price does not find support and keeps falling and falling, oh, we're entering a bear market for sure. Okay. Well, I shouldn't say for sure. Don't take my word for it, but I'm not gonna be as optimistic. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. For now, I'm still bullish. Obviously, I needed price to reach our green area, and it did. Our green area, our green zone. Okay. And I also said I did want to mention that we had to be a little bit cautious because I said if we were bearish, if we were a seller, if we were a bear, this would be a optimal selling zone. And look at that. If you were to sell here, you would be in profit. You would have this would have been good for you, right? You still would be in profit. Okay. Because I said, hey, price hasn't came back to reach this area, and it finally has. All right, we just got to get a little cautious because this was our previous resistance, and previous resistance turned into new I'm sorry, this is our previous support, and so previous support turns into new resistance, and it's vice versa. Okay, same here. This is our previous resistance here, turns into new support. Found a new support here. Okay, it just needs to come back and say, hey, I miss you. But also, I told you, price was getting a little too toppy for me, right? So if we go back down to the 4, I can show you clearly. I took away the trend line, but you can still see where the highs were. Okay, so if we measure this high to this high here, see how good that is? Like, okay, this was a good high. Boom, boom. Now look, we measure that next high. Look how it kept getting smaller. Okay, this is an indication that okay, the trend is slowing down. And then look if we go to the next one, it gets even smaller. Right about there. Okay, so that's a good indication. Hey, if you don't believe me, look at the charts. Okay, look what happened here. Remember, price was large. You know, it was making nice swings. Okay, it's going good. It was finding level support, but guess what? It started to get, the high started to get smaller and smaller. Okay, I look at that, and this was basically even. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, it looks funky, but anyways, you get the point, right? So that's all I mean. So now, what about Bitcoin? Okay, what about Bitcoin? Like I said, we're just trying to find that level of support here. Let it build a solid support. So let me draw my arrow so you guys know. Okay, let it build a solid support. Now it's gonna be blast off time, perhaps. Okay, perhaps. I already showed you what happens if it comes down lower, but for now, we need some type of confirmation here. If you're trading, you need some type of confirmation. If you're holding for long term, you don't need any type of confirmation as long as it's in this zone. Okay, then you don't need some type of confirmation. You'll just I would buy here, and if it keeps going lower, buy again. That told you averaging down. So I told you that already, and that's what we're waiting for. Okay, so that's what we got on Bitcoin there. Next we have Ethereum. So Ethereum, another beautiful setup again. I'm telling you, we've been waiting for this. Okay, so you can see that this had already played out. It came and touched its target for this triangle. Okay, so now we could take away these trend lines there. Same way with Bitcoin, we move it up. All right, move everything. Move our green box. All right, there. Okay, look at that. Back in our buying zone. I mean, I didn't make this stuff up. I didn't. I told you guys to be patient. You guys probably thought it was crazy. Like, price will never reach back down there. Hey, this is crypto for you. And not only does this happen in crypto, it happens in stocks too. It happens on all the currency pairs. It doesn't matter. This is what happens in the financial markets for some reason. I didn't even, people could say, oh, this was the news, El Salvador news. Hey, I don't even look at the news, okay? But I've been telling you, it was overdue, right? It was overdue. So the same thing with Ethereum. We're still just going to wait till price comes down here, make some type of confirmation, and then we can go back and make new highs, because this will be a new high if price finds support here and breaks to the upside. Okay, and like I said, price here also, while I'm bullish, because even though Bitcoin, this was a possible sell area, you know what I mean? I'm not basing things off of Bitcoin, okay? I'm not, because I'm looking at this Ethereum chart, and sorry, I'm still on Bitcoin. I'm looking at this Ethereum chart, and I told you Ethereum was the only trade, not the only trade, sorry, the only pair that found a level of support, okay? So it would shoot up. Let me show you. really quick. It would shoot up, final level support. It would shoot up, final level support. It would shoot up, final level support. It would shoot up, final level support, so on and so on. Shoot up, final level support. It hasn't broken any. It hasn't broken any. It hasn't broken structure. Look at this. It hasn't broken structure. And this is what you want to see. You want to see it nice and up, climbing up the stairs. You don't want to see something like this, okay? Or I can show you on the Ethereum. You don't want to see nothing like this. This crazy, just no type of pullbacks. It was just like just going, right? You don't want to see that, because guess what? Because when it falls, it's gonna fall really hard. Okay, so that's Ethereum. That's what's going on with Ethereum. Now we have Ethereum versus Bitcoin. This one, it looks magnificent. This thing looks beautiful, beautiful. So same thing. We're on the daily. I did move it all. Oh, this one has already been moved. So yeah, we can see that it was in this green box that we wanted to buy. I'll just fix it just a little bit more. Right there. Okay. And fix my box. Okay. As you can see, once I'm like more accurate, obviously. But anyways, this is the area we wanted to buy in. Okay. Now we just need price to settle. You know, settle at, like, because we don't want people, oh my goodness, selling, buying. You know, let price settle. Let everybody figure out what's going on. And that's all that's going to happen on all of the pairs. Let it settle. So, Ethereum versus Bitcoin is the only thing that only pair that as once again has been taking its time. Okay, meaning it's going up the stairs. It's going up the stairs. It's going up the stairs. Sorry, it's going up the stairs. See, it's following this. Okay, to the T. Came up. Sorry, came up. What's next? Wanted to come down, retest this area, top of this triangle here. It's doing that now. Perfect time to buy if you've seen this. And then just move on up. And that's what we want to see. We don't want it, like I said, we don't want to see that Ethereum where it never touches. This just keeps going. Oh my gosh, everybody's euphoric, everybody's optimistic. Take its time. Let's get a pull up. You know, move up, then pull back. Move up and then pull back. That's all that's happening here. So that's playing out very good. Let me see. I can show you. So now we could do this on the 4 hour. So 4 hour. Yeah, because see, this was the old trade here. So we can get rid of that. That's why it's on the daily looking like that. But anyways, so now everything is playing out to the T. Now we could put this one up to its wick to wick. Okay. You see it's a little bit higher, but nonetheless, it's still in the zone that I like to buy in. Okay, so I did tell you that I closed out most of this trade here because, or for this trade, this whole trade, that I closed out most of it because, obviously it would have hit the target, like I said, if I would have just, just put it where it should be. But like I said, I'm very confident in this, so clearly we just need price to hold here. Honestly, I'll probably put my stop loss here because I don't see price coming back down here again. So now I can move my stop loss. Once I find that price has made a new high, and you're in it for you're in that trade for a long time, like a swing trade, then obviously once you find the next leg up and then find some support, that's when you're going to put your stop loss, because now you know where your stop loss should be. You can't just put your stop loss blindly. You can have an idea, like if we were to look to the left and say, okay, I'll put my stop loss under this triangle or something, you know what I mean? But for some reason you will know when you start trading that price wants to come back and say, hey, I miss you, and like it did here. Okay, so but now that we know for sure, now we could put our stop loss, because this was such an excellent entry that we got in, and we already closed most of it. So hey, we're still good to go. And now we're gonna buy again in this area. We just have to wait. Let price settle. Let it find its support. Then we find that push up. So now we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. Okay, I want my charts to look clean for you guys, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. And I think that's it for, yeah, Ethereum versus Bitcoin looks really well. Looks really good. Okay, next is XRP. Really quick. So XRP, as you can see, I haven't changed anything on my charts here. See where this black arrow is here. Here, coming back. So technically, we've been waiting for this too, right? We've been waiting for this. I was just a little bit optimistic because of all of these other pairs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, how they were bouncing off that 23.6 area, bouncing off. So, which is why I got in this trade, because I was bouncing off that area. I said, okay, everything else is super bullish. So that's what I was basing off my my idea for this trade. Okay, but as you can see, I got, so technically I would have, yes, technically here I would have got stopped out, but I don't know why. Like I said, maybe I was half asleep. This is where my half sleep came in handy, really. Because for some reason, I don't know why I put my my take profit at 138. I have no idea why. Maybe it was a habit, maybe it was something I'd seen, I don't know. But when I was getting the alert when prices were hitting $1.40, I was like, oh, my trade is going good. Let me look at it. I went to go look at it and I wasn't even in it. I'm like, where did my trade go? I was like, what happened? And that's when I realized it hit TP, and I was like, TP, what? How? And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I put $1.38. So that was a little bit annoying, but at the same time, it helped out because this trade would have hit my stop loss for sure. Okay, but I also wanted to mention. So you say, what happened? You're like, this. I thought this trade was going to play out because it broke out here. It came back to retest and it made another high. So I made a high here. Made another high. Guess what? So for the long term, this trade here, if we were to, measure this, yes, technically it did not play out, obviously. Okay, it did not at all, right? But if we were just trading this pattern, this triangle pattern, then it did. Look, it did. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, whether you put it at the bottom here or at the top, doesn't matter. If you're, doesn't matter how you're aggressive, conservative, then you would have hit TP. Okay, so that's what I mean. So if you're saying, hey, it didn't, it didn't, this pattern didn't fulfill, it didn't. But guess what? Technically, it was supposed to come down anyways in our zone. We were waiting for that. This is what we've been waiting for. I said this on the last, was it not the last video? I said on the second to last video, I said, hey, if you see price come down to this level, this will be, I said, one of the best buys, right? I said that. So that's going on right now. It's just, let's move this up just a tad. So let's just fix it. Okay, there it is. Let's fix our zone a little bit. Okay, and that's what we're waiting for. Same thing with I mean, this was awesome. This was awesome. That's all I have to say. um, I didn't want to say I knew it was coming, but you guys been with me. If you've been with me for the last couple of weeks, then you know that I've been waiting for this area. On all of them. So that's what I've been waiting for. And I do want to mention this before. I know the video is getting long, but I do want to mention this. So if we were to clone these, so let me just explain. Okay, because you can see that this looks similar, right? This here, this cycle here, this cycle here, this cycle here looks similar to this, you know. How so? All right. Well, we have this huge, you know, break to the upside, right? Fell down massively, lost all the gains, right? Found a level of support, found a W pattern here, then broke up. Guess what? It almost it reached its to its previous high almost, right? Not all the way, but almost. Okay. So broke up, found a W pattern, came up here. Guess what? Fell massively. Right? People, oh my gosh, this might be a double top. Right? Or something. But no. It found a level of support, right? See where that black circle is? And then it continued higher. Nice. So if we were to, so this is the same thing that happened, right? Let me show you. So broke out, made a new high, lost all of its gains, all of them. Made a little W bottom here, okay? Went up to the upside, almost reaching its new high, almost, right? Guess what? Trying to find a level of support. Guess what? Might happen next. What might happen next? Huge move to the upside. Okay. If we were to clone this move here. Let's see. I think it's bars pattern. Okay. So we were to clone this pattern here, all the way to this upside there. Before it fell. Okay. This is what we could be looking at. All right. Look at that. It's creepy, right? It's creepy. We're like, what? How did? I know it's kind of strange. I'm just showing you, making it darker so you can see. But anyways, so we could possibly see price do something like this, right? Okay, final level support. Like I said, just let it settle. Let it settle. That's going to happen in all of these trades. Okay, let the price settle. Let the price settle on Ethereum. Let the price settle on Bitcoin. Let the price settle on gold. Okay, let the price settle on XRP. Guess what? Potential huge upside. We could see, almost a little under $5. Okay, but so I do want to show you that. I do want to show you that. Okay, so I think that's it. So you guys, nothing to be creeped out about or anything. Just we're just watching. So let me get rid of some of this stuff. So when you guys come back next time, I think you guys even see this. I wish this alert hit. All my other alerts went off, but why can't I get it? Anyways, but also, sorry, I'm trying to show you the bar pattern and show you how this trend line. Okay, there it is. See how this trend line is blue trend line? Almost hits it to the T here, see? So it's just something to pay attention to, and some people think, well, it really is just lines on a chart, but these lines sometimes add up. Okay, So that's it for me, really. I don't have anything else to say besides if you're new to this channel, definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified. If you are subscribed to this channel, I always thank you all, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And here at Sound Signals, the key is to pass the knowledge along, okay? So that's it for me, and I'll see you guys next time.